Hi guys, this is Alex. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about being a Reiki healer. And I'm going to highlight some things that a Reiki healer should keep in mind. Now, generally, once you've finished Reiki 2, then you can go on from working on your pets and your friends and your family and actually on to taking clients or patients. I like to call them patients because I'm a dentist anyway, so it just comes naturally to me. But there are a few important things that you might want to just check before you actually bring people from the outside in and possibly charge them for it. So the first thing is when should you and should you not practice Reiki? These are just general guidelines. Of course, they're not, written in stone anywhere. However, I do find that I get a much better treatment going if I'm, adhering to these guidelines. So if I'm really ill, like now you can hear I've got a little bit of a cold, I wouldn't practice Reiki. I would do it on myself, but not on other people, because I don't want to transmit the energy that I have right now to that person. Secondly, I wouldn't do it if I was feeling any kind of negative emotion, for example, anger or pain or sadness, because that's not the state in which you want to, be really open and become the channel so that the energy can flow through you and reach the person that you're helping heal. And lastly, if you have anything other than a cold, let's say an acute disease or an infectious disease, I definitely, would quarantine yourself until that's over. Having said that, I want to go more into the mental side of things as well. I just want to, expand a bit on that. So if you're feeling angry, let's say this afternoon I've got a client and I've had something happen to me and I'm really annoyed and angry. If I really think that this is not going to be resolved and during the healing I'm going to be thinking about it and possibly, projecting that onto the person, then I'm definitely going to cancel the appointment or reschedule it or send them to another Reiki healer. However, if I feel like, okay, I've got some time before the treatment starts, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to, mull this over, get to the root of the problem, why I'm feeling this way, and kind of forgive, whoever or whatever it was that made me feel that way, perhaps even myself, do some Reiki healing, and I come out feeling, okay, I'm strong, I'm centered, and I know this isn't going to affect my treatment, then I will continue with the treatment. And I think this is something that you should definitely try to do if you've got the time, because it's a great way of learning to let go of things as well. We should never carry around any kind of negative emotion or hold it in for longer than is necessary. And so by practicing this, not only does it benefit your client, but it benefits you as well. And it's a great thing to teach a client that obviously comes in and has some kind of emotional turmoil on a frequent basis. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about your Reiki space and personal hygiene. So let's just go on to the personal hygiene, as that will be a bit shorter. Obviously, you're going to be touching the person with your hands or having your hands very close to that person. Now, your hands should be clean and they should smell fresh. Doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a super expensive hand cream or something. It just means wash your hands before you see the patient. So I don't know if you've been cooking before, or you've been stroking your dog, none of those smells will be on your hands, especially when you're putting them on the patient's head, kind of on their face and their hair and everything. You don't want to have greasy or sweaty hands. Secondly, you will be in quite close proximity to the patient at times, so it would be good if, say you've come back from the gym, you should shower before you treat somebody. For sure, you don't want to have any strong body odours or older body odours from maybe some clothes you wore yesterday and got a bit sweaty in. It's just, nicer for the patient. They want to relax, and if there's a little bit of an offensive smell around, it's not going to have the treatment won't have the same relaxing effect if they're focusing in on that rather than just completely letting go and, you know, allowing you to be the channel. Also, your clothing. I love to treat people in bare feet. I just feel that it grounds me a lot more. However, that's totally up to you. If you want to wear shoes, it's fine. But just some simple, loose clothing so you can move about easily, and not anything that kind of rustles too much when you move, so that the patient can really, really relax and you can just move around quite silently and treat them. But it's really important for you to be comfortable as well, because you are going to be sitting or standing for, you know, up to an hour and a half, maybe longer, however long the treatment lasts, and you want to be comfortable, especially if you're doing it for quite a few hours a day. And lastly, the Reiki space. You know, Reiki is a sacred thing. We do it for the good of all, and the space that you do it in should be a little bit special. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It has to be clean, either well lit or dim lit, depending for the kind of more meditative look to the room, or just bright and airy and clean and fresh and uplifting. It totally depends on your decor, but as long as it's clean, it smells fresh. Usually I like to burn incense and candles when I do Reiki, just for the added effect of relaxation. Play some soft music if you've got like an iPod dock or a small little stereo. You know, just add to the ambience of the room, I guess. But the importance is that it's clean. No one wants to come in and lie on a couch or a massage table that's dirty, or that the floor is dirty and they take their shoes off, or a room that's very cold as well. That's very important. If the room is cold, make sure that you have a blanket to wrap the person up in, because lying there very still, they will be cold, and perhaps you will be cold as well, and it's not nice to start the treatment off with really cold hands, especially if you're putting them on the person's face or anywhere where their skin is exposed. So yeah, plenty of towels or blankets to just lie over them, and it will really make them feel safe, you know, like they're in a little cocoon in this little room and, you know, wrapped up. It'll just make them open up a lot more to you if they're feeling warm and safe and happy. So that's just a few pointers that I've got for when you're treating somebody. But once you get to the level of Reiki Master, they really do encourage you to incorporate Reiki into your everyday life. And I think by living the Reiki way, if you look on my channel, I've got a video on the Reiki principle, so I won't go into that now, but just watch it. It really, you know, living that every day, you will really be ready every day to treat people. If you make it kind of a lifestyle choice, to release, just constantly be a channel, let everything flow through you and flow out of you, and therefore you're constantly being cleansed, and you will be ready and open. I always try to picture myself in the morning as being this doorway, and just letting the door I picture like there's a door here on my frame, and I just open the door and let anything I need to release out, and then bring anything else back in, but let it flow through me. So I'm a front door here and a back door at my back, and I just keep it open, and in that way, I'm constantly flowing, and I'm constantly allowing the higher power to push energy through me and give it to those who need it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them below the video or on my channel, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Enjoy!